Drake woke up right before dawn. He felt incredible. He turned and saw Carrie laying on her side, sound asleep, where her shoulders and back were exposed to him. He turned and lightly brushed her shoulder with his finger. She stirred slightly, but it was clear she was out and not waking up. He loved watching her sleep. He thought she looked like an angel. Couldn't believe that they woohooed last night here in her bed. Oh. At the prom, they had an amazing night. Towards the end, they had gone outside to sit on a bench and snuggle, kiss a little bit. He told her she looked gorgeous in her prom gown, and she did. The way she felt in his arms, he never wanted to let her go. Then he whispered, "Carrie, I love you." She smiled at him and whispered back, "I love you too, Drake. You want to get out of here?" They made a discreet exit from the prom. The prom was over at 11:30 anyway. A couple of his friends were going to an after-party, but they declined, boarded the next train to San Sequoia. Then as he kissed her on the doorstep, they went inside to her room quietly. Her parents were upstairs, asleep, as was her younger sister. He was so nervous. But as he was sitting up on her bed now, in the morning light, had a million thoughts going through his head, and he had to go to the bathroom. He got up quietly, putting on his pants and shirt. In case he encountered somebody, at least he was dressed. And he walked quietly out of the room to the bathroom next door. As he came out of the bathroom, Floof was begging to go outside. He knew if he didn't let her out, she would start to bark soon. He let Floof out, and then heard the chickens start to congregate and cluck. And they came over to the deck, making even more noise. To stop them from making noise, he decided to go to the backyard, pet a few of them, and scattered some feed from a small container next to the house. And then he sat down on a bench while his thoughts wandered. He had a million thoughts going through his head. He hoped when he came back to her room, she'd be awake, and he could kiss her goodbye before heading back home to Henford. If she was asleep, he would stay beside her until she woke up, and then somehow slip out of the house with their parents being none the wiser. Well, at least that was the plan they had. They hadn't really thought it through. That was when he looked up and saw Tony in the kitchen window. And Tony saw him, too. Oh, boy. Carrie's rooster Mickey started crowing loudly. She could hear him in a room from all the way in the backyard. It was enough to wake her. She smiled and stretched, with her eyes still shut. She felt amazing. She chuckled and then turned to her side, only to find the other side of the bed empty. She jerked upright in bed, asking nervously, "Drake?" He was not in the room. She noticed his clothes weren't on the floor any longer, except for his jacket slung over her desk chair, along with his bow tie. His watch was still on the night table. She looked at the time. Okay, good. 7:30. Maybe he left already. But why would he leave and not take his watch and jacket? She hoped not. She wanted to kiss him goodbye. If he did leave, she wouldn't be particularly happy about it at all. But the alternative would have been being caught. That alone would have been a disaster. If he left, she'd send him some nasty texts about it to let him know she was pissed. Last night was amazing and incredible, and he just left? Huh. Damn it. But then she heard her father's voice, what sounded like, "Oh, no." She groaned as she got out of bed and quickly threw on her sweats, brushing her hair so it didn't look insane. She went out of the bedroom to see from the landing her boyfriend and parents sitting at the table having breakfast. Oh. Drake looked like he was in front of a firing squad as he looked up at her, and she just glared right back. She came down the stairs, going over to the coffee maker to pour herself a cup. then walked over to the table where her mother said, "Hi, Carrie. Sit down. Let's have a conversation." "Oh, great." Carrie grimaced as she took her seat beside her boyfriend, shooting him a look of anger. "So," Amanda began as she sipped her coffee. Carrie cleared her throat and began to stammer. "Ma, look, you see, prom was late, and Drake took me home, and it was late, and—" Amanda asked directly. Tony's eyes got wide and cleared his throat. Drake looked like he wanted to faint. Carrie stood up and yelled, "Ma! I'm 18 years old now! I'm an adult! How dare you say—" "Answer me now," Amanda demanded. Carrie looked over at Drake, sat down and sighed out. "Yes, I see," Amanda said. "I love her, Dr. Campos," Drake said quickly as he looked at Amanda. "I respect her, and I only want to be with her." Carrie smiled at him and then said, "And I feel the same way. I love him, and I respect him, and I only want to be with him too." "Oh," Amanda asked. "You both broke a rule last night." "Oh, we know, Ma," Carrie said, "and we're sorry for that." "Does your father know where you are, Drake?" Amanda asked. "He knew it would be late when I would get home," Drake said with a nervous laugh. "Yeah. Why don't you call your father right now and let him know where you are so he's not worried sick about you, and then let me speak to him after you," Amanda said. "Okay," Drake said. Amanda looked over at Tony and then back at her daughter, saying sternly, "After breakfast, you both will clear this table, wash the dishes, and vacuum the living room. Then you, Drake, will go home to your father, and Carrie and I will have an additional conversation." "Yes, Ma," Carrie groaned as she rolled her eyes. "I understand, Dr. Campos," Drake said worriedly. "All right. Finish your breakfast and then call your father, and let me know when I can speak to him," Amanda said firmly. "Okay," Drake said as he took a breath. "I think I'm done now." "Good. You, Carrie?" Amanda asked. "Yeah, I am too, Ma," Carrie said quickly. "All right, well, get to it," Amanda said as they both stood up. "Okay," Drake said as he picked up his plate and carried it to the sink. He pulled his phone from his pocket and dialed. "Hi, Dad?" "Yeah, I know. I'm okay. I spent the night at Carrie's." "I know, Dad." "Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Be home shortly." "Okay. Oh, wait, Dad?" "Yeah, Dr. Campos wants to talk to you." Amanda came over and took the phone and she said, "Hello, Mr. Drake?" "Yes. I just wanted to assure you that they are both fine." "Yes, I plan to talk to Carrie myself." "Yes, I do think it's inappropriate." "Okay. You're welcome. He'll be home soon." "Thank you, Mr. Drake," she said as she handed the phone back to him. "Yeah, Dad," Drake said as he took the phone. Yeah, I'll be home soon. Promise. Love you too, Dad." And he hung up the phone. Amanda looked at the two of them and said sharply, "I want to see this whole area spotless by the time I come back down." Then she went upstairs with Tony following. "Hey, that was kind of hot," he whispered to her. Amanda smirked back at him as they went up the stairs. "Hey," Drake said as he went over to Carrie and touched her arm. "Hope you're not mad." "Not a word." Carrie growled at him under her breath as she washed the dishes. "Carrie, just let's get this done, okay?" she snapped. "Okay. Do you have anything of mine I could change into?" "Why would you think that?" "Well, I did stay over last New Year's when I slept on the couch," he said. "I thought maybe I left a t-shirt or something." Carrie rolled her eyes and said, "Yeah, you did. Come with me." She went into the bedroom and he followed. Going over to her bottom dresser drawer, she pulled out a large gray t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants. "I can't believe I left these." "Yeah, I told them I washed them for you. Just forgot to return them. I kind of like your shirt." I sleep in it sometimes, Carrie said. You do? Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that you got us caught, Carrie growled with her finger in his face. How the hell did you get caught? Well, you were sleeping. You look beautiful. Like you do now. Oh, please, she growled. Just tell me what happened. Well, I had to go to the bathroom. And you couldn't hold it until you snuck out? No, I couldn't. I figured I'd go to the bathroom, and then I'd come right back. So why in the hell did you go outside? Carrie snarled. Because the dog wanted to go out, and then I went outside to get some air. The chickens came out, they were hungry, and I fed them. And then I sat down and I thought I just felt amazing because I am so in love with you! Carrie's breath caught in her throat and said, what? What? You heard me. I don't just love you, I'm in love with you. And there was one other thing I was thinking about, he told her. I want to go with you to Chestnut Ridge. You what? She asked. I mean it. Ever since the day you told me, this has been on my mind. I don't want a long-distance relationship. I want you. Every day and every night. Good and bad. I want to work hard for you, and I want to be with you forever. He said to her as he held her hands. Are you? I'm serious. I know you want to finish your certification, and I respect that. But I want to be with you. And I want to be there for you when times get tough. Drake told her. But what about college? What about what you want? What I want is to be with you. I want to build a life with you. I want to do everything we talked about and more. I want to live the life we dreamt of, and I can't imagine being away from you. Whoa. Carrie said as she sat down on the bed. You sure? You really want to go with me? As long as you'll have me. I have some money I can use to get us started. It's money my mother left me. My dad has been keeping it safe in an account. But if I ask, I'm sure he'll let me take some to get us started. Okay. Okay, so let me get this straight. You want to go with me to Chestnut Ridge and build a life with me? Yeah, he said. I do. Are you proposing to me? Well, I'd like to do that right, if it's what you want to. You've thought about marrying me? She asked. Drake, we're only 18. I've just graduated Foxbury only a month ago, and you're barely out of high school. Are you sure? I mean, things change with life. My parents married young, and they got divorced. I don't want that for us. Your parents' past is not our situation, Carrie. We won't get married right now. No, not right now. But putting a ring on your finger means I'm serious about you. It means that I intend to marry you. But when it's right for both of us. Huh. I wanted you to ask. I wanted to ask you to come with me, but I didn't know how to ask. I didn't want you to think that I was being like a clingy girlfriend or pushy. I thought you wanted to go to college to study farm agriculture. I didn't want to stop you from achieving your dreams. But last night, Drake, when you said that you loved me, and us together, and everything changed after that. We're not kids anymore, and we proved that to each other last night. We're adults now, and He smiled and caressed her cheek. She almost melted from his touch. My dream is to be with you. When you first told me that you were accepted into the horse vet program at Chestnut Ridge, the first thing I thought about was not being able to see you except on holidays or long weekends, and that wasn't good enough for me. I can go to college anywhere. Even community college at Chestnut Ridge would be fine. And last night, the two of us together sealed it for me too. I am in love with you, Caroline Alexa Caban Parker. And I want to be with you no matter where you go or what you do. I want my life with you. And I want you to be my wife someday. So maybe this is a proposal, but I'm serious about it. If you're not ready now, I'll wait until you are. But it would be nice to live with you as your fiancé and not just your boyfriend. Well, Samuel Jonas Drake Jr., when you're ready to ask me, ask me. Really? You sure? She nodded with a tear coming out of her eyes. I'm sure. I'm so in love with you too. I think about you all the time. And being without you was something I didn't want to think about. It was killing me knowing I was going to leave, not be without you for months. But now, you're going to be with me. He smiled and said, after my graduation ceremony, can we go to dinner together? Maybe to Greenhouse Restaurant? She smiled. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. We haven't been there in a while. I think it'd be perfect. And I want to do this right. I couldn't ask without doing it properly. So I'm going to speak to your parents and ask them properly for your hand. In fact, I was going to ask your parents, propose, and then ask to come with you. Oh, wow, she said with a laugh, wiping a tear away. I'm glad we talked about it first. I think if we hadn't, I would have been shocked. I think all three of my parents would have freaked. So maybe it was a good thing that we got caught. No. I'm still pissed off about that, she said. But you're too cute to stay mad at for very long. Oh, Carrie, you drive me crazy. You better believe it, she whispers as she kissed him. We better get back. And keep doing this. I'll never leave the bedroom. With both my parents at home and Zoe, not a good idea. Okay, I'll get changed to meet you in the kitchen, he whispered as he kissed her again. Oh, and on the night of my graduation, let your parents know you probably won't be home until the next morning. Carrie laughed and nodded. Okay. She walked out of the bedroom and then Drake got changed with their punishment awaiting them in the kitchen. After the kitchen and the living room were cleaned, Drake headed back to Henford. Tony went to work. Zoe played upstairs with her dolls, and Amanda sat down on the couch with a cup of coffee. She motioned for Carrie to come and sit beside her and said, "Sit down. We need to have a conversation about your actions." Carrie sighed and sat down beside her mother, saying angrily, "I'm adult now, Ma. You can't treat me like a child any longer. For God's sake, I'm leaving for Chestnut Ridge in the fall to live on my own." Amanda took a breath as she heard her words, nodding her head. "I know you're not a child any longer. You're a grown woman now, and you're able to make your own decisions. Then why did you embarrass the hell out of me at breakfast in front of my boyfriend?" Carrie growled. "Really? Are you two sleeping together? Could you maybe have framed it better? And in front of Dad, too? Sometimes you are way too blunt for words." Because it's not easy for me to accept that you are a grown-up now, Amanda told her. And also, because you did break a rule. You need to set an example for your sister. Okay, fine. Zoe's almost 5, but she catches on to things quickly. How am I supposed to explain why Drake slipped over? Ma, that's easy. Carrie and Drake had a sleepover party. A sleepover party? Seriously? Amanda asked, shaking her head. Still, you know how your dad is old-fashioned and feels about certain things. You and Dad did before marriage too, and so did you and Mom for that matter. We had our own place, and we were much older. Yeah, except at Grandma and Grandpa's house, where you and Mom were concerned, playing bedroom bingo. Amanda groaned. Carrie chuckled and then said, I get it, Ma. I do. We won't do it again. Here, at least. You are protecting yourself, right? Yeah, I am. I'm not ready to be a mother yet. And believe me, I'm taking precautions, Carrie told her. Oh. If you did have sleepovers, it would be okay, but be discreet. I know you're only here for a couple of more months and you'll miss him and it'll be hard, but that's all I ask for you. Mom, he's coming with me. Oh, he is? Amanda asked with wide eyes. Oh, wow. Carrie nodded. Yeah, and he and I, we've been talking about our future together, and, well, he's sort of, well, he wants us to get engaged. He does. Carrie nodded. Yeah, he does. And I do too. I don't just love him, Ma. I'm in love with him. I love him so much. And last night, it was for the right reason. I don't want to go without him. And I'm not going to. So, you two want to get married? Carrie, you're so young. Are you sure? Ma, I'm not getting married. I'm getting engaged, Carrie told her. I want to wait until I finish the program and I'm fully certified. When I have my career set up, then I will go to the next step. But I know I only want to marry him, and he wants to marry me too, and we want to live together, and he'll be my fiancé, and I only want Drake, Ma, and that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to do. Whoa, Amanda said. Does your mom know about this? No, it just happened. You're the first I've talked to about this. I have to call your mother. Ma, please don't. Carrie begged. She's going to freak out about it. I'm not in the mood to hear her lecture me about getting engaged so young. I plan to talk to her about it, but if you make that call, she's going to freak out. Amanda took a breath, taking out her phone, and then said, and there's the Henford dialect you get when you freak out. Your mother is not closed-minded, Carrie. She deserves to know I need to call her. Fine, Carrie growled, sulking on the couch with her arms crossed. Oh, and there's your mother now. Really? Carrie growled. Hi, Amanda. What's going on? Nina? We need to talk about Carrie. She's here with me now. Can you come over? Now? Is everything okay? Nina asked. Yes, everything's fine. But you need to come over. It's important. Right now? Why can't you tell me over the phone? Because it's better to talk about it in person. Why? Are you busy working out or something? What's going on? Just come over as soon as you can, okay? Everything is okay, right? Nothing is wrong? Everything is fine, Nina. She's okay. Did something happen? Did she get in an accident? What happened? Is she all right? No, not an accident. She's fine. Nothing bad happened. Then what? Oh, for God's sake, Carrie muttered. Ma, Drake is moving with me to Chestnut Ridge. I'll be right there. Did you have to do that? Yes, Carrie said with sarcasm. She wasn't going to leave. She's probably running on the treadmill watching Trauma Central. Didn't sound like it. Although she did sound out of breath for some reason. Well, we'll wait until she gets here. Oh! What's that? Nothing. Nothing. I'll be back as soon as I can. This could be serious. It's all right. Take care of your daughter. I'll be here when you get back. Yes, please stay right here. Just like that. Oh, damn. I need to go. Sebastian, bring the car around. We're going to Amanda's. Got it. Call me when you're on your way back. Okay. Love you. I'll see you shortly. Okay. I'm leaving now. I love you too. I'll see you when you get home. Don't forget to call me when you're on your way back. I won't. Nina came over about an hour later, as Carrie sat on the couch, also watching Trauma Central. As she came in, she walked over to Carrie as she said, "You're serious about moving in with Drake? Why, Carrie? You're so young. That's a huge step. Ma, we want to be together." Nina huffed as she looked at Amanda, saying, "I suppose you're okay with this." Nina, she's a grown-up. She's moving to another town. She's allowed to make her own mind up. Carrie, you're only 18. 19 in the fall, and I'm a college graduate. Still, that's too young. You shouldn't be thinking about marriage. And how old were you and Mom when you did your thing? Carrie asked with a raised eyebrow. Nina huffed and raised her eyebrow back, biting her bottom lip. We did not have a thing. We're not talking about your mother's and my past relationship. It was a different situation. And my situation is different too. So whether you like it or not, Drake is moving in with me, and we're getting engaged too. What? Nina bellowed. You can't be serious. I am. Very much so. We talked about it this morning, and that's what we want. Nina shook her head and glared at Amanda. Are you okay with this? Nina, Amanda told her, you need to calm down. Carrie has a point. She's an adult and able to make her own choices. We need to respect that. Oh, Nina said with a worried sigh as she sat down in her chair. You okay, Nina? I just need a minute. Mom, Carrie said as she knelt next to her. I know that you're worried about me, but this is my life. Let me live it. I want Drake to live with me. He does too. He wants us to be engaged. I do too. If we're making a mistake, let us make a mistake. But I don't think this is a mistake. In fact, this is how I want my life to be. I want my life with him in Chestnut Ridge, treating horses and living on a ranch. That's what we want. I don't want to leave him behind, and he doesn't want to go without me. I won't go unless Drake is beside me. So, are you engaged? No, not yet. We're sort of pre-engaged, Carrie said. He wants to do it the right way. But we talked about it. It's what we both want. We're not getting married until I'm finished with certification, and we both have our jobs going well. But it's a promise that we will get married, and we do want that. Wow, Nina said as a tear rolled down her cheek. I knew this day would come, but I don't think I was ever truly prepared for it, and so soon. Nina took another breath and then said, I will support your decision. I love you so much, Carrie. And I only want what's best for you. And I'm taking precautions for myself and Drake. We're not going into this lightly, Carrie said. We're both committed to making this happen and being responsible too. Nina held her hand and said, I will support you completely. We all will, Amanda told her. Thank you both, Carrie said as she stood and hugged her parents.
Aww.
I love you both so much. Thank you for understanding and respecting my decisions. Of course we do, Amanda told her. We only want what's best for you. And we're proud of you. So, when is this engagement happening? Nina asked. Drake says he wants to do it after his graduation and take me out for dinner. I think he really wants to do it the right way with a ring and everything and ask for your blessing. Do you know when? Amanda asked. Well, don't be surprised before then if you get a phone call from Drake asking to speak to the three of you without me being around, Carrie said with a smirk. Nina smiled and said, Good thing you prepared us. Later, when Nina got back to the apartment, she walked in, saw that it was dimly lit except for the kitchen. She was surprised to see something unusual, or someone. Hey, babe. How's this for service? Nina chuckled and said, Under any other circumstances, I'd be jumping all over you. So what's stopping you? He asked as he came over to her. Well, my daughter is getting engaged, and now her fiancé is moving with her to Chestnut Ridge. Ah, yeah, didn't see that one coming, he told her. Are you okay? Not really, she said as she walked over to the window and looked at the lights of the city. It's going to be all right, he told her as he wrapped his arms around her. Carrie is a smart girl, and he's a good guy. They'll be fine. How can you be so certain? She asked, turning to him. Because she has you, me, Amanda, and Tony, he whispered. And she's going to be just fine because of that. Besides, I know you. You're a mama bear, and you won't let anything bad happen to your cub. She's so young, engaged already. It's not that I didn't expect it. I personally felt that Drake is the one for her, but it's just... I expected to hear this news around 21, 24, 25, 26, but 18, guy? She's just starting life at that point. They're not getting married right away, right? No, not until she's certified. And that's a couple of years away, isn't it? I suppose it is. So let them run with it. They want to be together, and they're both smart. They'll be all right. What if they're making a mistake? Then they make a mistake. You can't stop people from living life, honestly. Would you want to? No. But I want to protect her too. I know you do. But you need to let go. She's leaving the nest. Let her spread her wings and fly. She'll do fine. She embraced him, sighing, I love you, Kai. I love you too, babe, he whispered. It's going to be okay. That's going to do it for this episode of Nina and Amanda. And yeah, that was a long episode. Like I said last week, this is probably the longest one out of the entire season. But I thought about splitting it up into two parts, and I did not want to do a cliffhanger episode. I just felt that for continuity purposes, it really had to be a whole episode. So I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you like longer episodes, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make more of them. I just would like to thank you once again for all of your support, your liking, your sharing, your subscribing, your comments. All of that means so much to me. It helps this little channel to grow every day. It's all because of you. I thank you profusely. Until next time, this is Jen, the GXSimmer. See you on the next episode or any of the other content that I have. Take care. Bye-bye.